Every TikTok algorithm explained. The For You page algorithm. Sign up on TikTok and within an hour, the app already knows what you want to watch, without you ever clicking the follow button. The thing is that every time you watch, skip, like, share, comment, or even just pause, TikTok logs it. It also reads the video itself, everything from the caption to the type of device you're on. All of that feeds into a recommendation system that's constantly building a picture of what you actually want to see. This is why you get a feed that feels almost entirely accurate. It's either impressive or a little unsettling, depending on how you feel about an algorithm knowing you better than your friends do. But this is also the part that makes TikTok genuinely different from everything that came before it, and the reason that a teenager in a bedroom has the same theoretical reach as a production company with a budget. A video from an account with 0 followers can land on millions of For You pages if the signals are strong enough. The next thing on our list is the one signal that matters most: the watch time algorithm. Out of everything TikTok tracks, how long someone watches your video is probably the number that matters most. If people keep watching, the system reads that as a signal that something interesting is happening. If they swipe away in the first 2 seconds, it reads the opposite. Completion rate, the percentage of viewers who actually watch to the end, is especially powerful. This is why short videos with high completion rates can outperform longer ones that people half watch and abandon. But rewatch rate matters too. If someone loops a video even once, TikTok treats that as a strong positive signal, essentially 2 votes for the same piece of content in a row. The hook is for the viewer, sure, but it's also a message to the algorithm that will push your video further. The engagement algorithm. What the engagement algorithm is really doing is asking one question about every video. Did it make someone feel something strongly enough to act? Did they put their time and effort into hitting like, sharing, or commenting on your video? You see, comments and shares carry the most signal. This is partly because they require more effort, and partly because they expose the video to more people outside the original push. And let's not forget about the save button. It is increasingly relevant too, because saving something implies the viewer plans to return to it, which tells TikTok the content has lasting value. Remember, a video that gets watched in full but provokes no reaction sits in a strange limbo. Good numbers, limited momentum. And the algorithm doesn't even care whether you said they were cool or they suck, you still commented. So yes, the comment section, annoying as it can be to manage, is one of the most valuable things a video can generate. The interest graph algorithm. Most social platforms are built on who you know. TikTok is built on what you do. The app tracks what you follow and what you actually keep watching. Now, even though this might sound like the same thing, in practice it produces dramatically different results. 2 people following identical accounts can end up with almost nothing in common on their For You pages, because one of them keeps watching cooking videos and the other keeps rewatching skateboarding clips. TikTok builds what's effectively a taste profile around every account. Reuters describe the platform as relying heavily on interest signals rather than social connections, which goes a long way toward explaining why TikTok can still show you the right video even when you've just made the account and follow nobody at all. The app doesn't need to tell you what you like, it just needs you to keep scrolling. The profile it builds over time is specific enough that a single week of unusual viewing behavior can noticeably shift what shows up in your feed. Watch enough true crime in one sitting, and the algorithm will quietly decide that is who you are now. It will take some effort to convince it otherwise. The search algorithm. Now here's something that sounded absurd just 5 years ago. TikTok has quietly become one of the most used search engines among people under 30. When you search on TikTok, the app does way more than just pull videos with matching hashtags. Its search algorithm searches content much like you would search by hand, just faster. It reads captions, transcribes spoken words, scans on-screen text, and even parses comments to understand what a video is actually about. That means a creator who says the words budget travel out loud in a video still surfaces in searches for budget travel. If you want to film content, you should know that the creators who rank well on TikTok are the ones whose content is easiest for the algorithm to understand. Use in-screen text and write detailed captions, and you are already ahead of most. Think of it as writing a page of a book that TikTok has to read before it decides where to shelve it. Words are one way the algorithm reads a video. Audio is another. The sound algorithm. When it comes to sounds on TikTok, there's something like discovery channels. When a sound starts gaining traction, TikTok groups every video using it into an interconnected cluster, and starts pushing that cluster toward people already engaging with similar audio. Getting in early on a trending sound can give a video a significant reach boost before the algorithm even has enough data on the video itself to know where else to send it. The flip side is that sounds also have a shelf life. A sound that is saturated, used on hundreds of thousands of videos in the same week, starts being noise. It's the audio equivalent of showing up at a costume party in the same outfit as 40 other people. Timing matters more than most creators expect. Using a sound the week before it peaks is a very different position from using it the week after. The window between these two moments is where most of the reach actually happens. The hashtag algorithm. Hashtags on TikTok are less powerful than most creators assume. They're not magic reach multipliers. A weak video with perfect hashtags still dies. What hashtags actually do is help TikTok categorize the video faster, giving the system a cleaner starting point for deciding which clusters of interest to test it against. Extremely broad hashtags like hashtag FYP or hashtag viral do almost nothing useful, partly because they are attached to billions of videos and carry almost no specific signal. Tagging a video hashtag FYP to get on the For You page lands you the same deal as writing "please be good" on your lottery ticket. Tighter, topic-specific hashtags give the algorithm something to actually work with, like a label on a file. Nobody gets the file just because it is labeled, sure, but a file with no label is harder to sort and slower to reach the people it was meant for. The TikTok Shop algorithm. Where the entertainment feed is optimized around attention, the Shop algorithm is optimized around buying behavior. It watches whether someone clicks a product link, adds something to their cart, completes a purchase, or just lingers on a product page. Here, conversion rate, the percentage of viewers who actually buy, carries more weight than likes or comments. Creator reputation matters too. Accounts with a history of sales, low return rates, and positive reviews get pushed harder than newer sellers with no track record. This is essentially TikTok applying the same logic Amazon has used for years, just delivered through someone talking directly at their phone while unboxing something on their kitchen counter. The Shop algorithm just wants you to spend something. The Live algorithm. Going live on TikTok drops a creator into an entirely different algorithmic system. The For You page is built around video replay and completion rate, neither of which applies to a stream happening in real time. Instead, the Live algorithm watches how many people stay in the stream, whether viewers are commenting and sending GIFs, and how the topic matches the interest profiles of people who might want to watch it. Retention is the clearest signal. A live that keeps people around for 10 or 20 minutes gets surfaced more widely. Gifting carries extra weight because it is the clearest possible signal of active investment. Who sends a gift by accident? The best performing live sessions tend to feel like an ongoing conversation, which, it turns out, is not just good hosting. It is also exactly what the algorithm is built to reward. The moderation algorithm. Before any video has a chance of reaching a large audience, TikTok runs it through a moderation layer that scans for content that may break community guidelines or carry distribution risk. This can result in a video being removed, age-restricted, or quietly limited in reach, without the creator necessarily being told which of those things happened or why. The initial filter is algorithmic and moves fast. Certain topics trigger clearer warning signs: violence, misinformation, dangerous behavior. Others sit in grayer territory, where the same video might be fully distributed in one country and heavily restricted in another, based on local regulations. Most creators never interact with this layer at all. For the ones who do, the experience is mostly just silence, reduced numbers without an obvious path to appeal. And this is exactly what makes the next algorithm on this list the most discussed one among anyone who creates content for a living. The shadow ban algorithm. The company does not confirm it exists, and technically they're right. It is not a single switch that someone flips on your account. What the shadow ban algorithm usually is, instead, is a cluster of overlapping problems that all produce the same result. Your content stops reaching people outside your existing followers with no clear explanation given. Low retention tanks the watch time signal. Repeated content flags lower the account's trust score. Behavior that looks like spam, be it mass following, mass liking, or posting a high volume of videos in a short window, can also trigger throttling. And I don't even have to tell you about reposting content with visible watermarks. None of these show up as a notification. The video appears to post normally, picks up a handful of views, and then goes completely quiet. Creators sometimes spend weeks producing content into what is essentially a void. They are convinced something external has changed, when really the account has simply lost the algorithm's trust and has to earn it back. Unfortunately, there is no shortcut, but you know what they say. With time and patience, the mulberry leaf becomes a silk gown. The testing algorithm. Almost no video goes directly to a large audience on TikTok. The first push is a test. A small initial batch of viewers selected based on the account's existing audience, the video signals, and some degree of randomness. That group's behavior over the next few hours determines what happens next. If they watch, finish, rewatch, comment, or share, the algorithm interprets that as a green light and sends the video to a larger pool. If they do not, the video mostly stops there. This is why posting time still matters, even on an algorithm-first platform. Putting a video in front of the right initial audience makes the first test easier to pass, since the early signals come in stronger and faster. Don't panic though, sometimes it takes time. A second test could be run, or the video might suddenly find the right cluster. This time, the algorithm will push it further. Most videos don't survive the first one. The ones that do often look, in hindsight, like they were always going to perform, when really they were just at the right place at the right time.